Hello, just back from Indonesia, and we took some samples there, and there's one particular sample I'd like to unwrap now. So many of the samples we were shipping, but this is a somewhat special sample, so I brought it back on the airplane. So have a look here. So this is the sample, and because it was in the airplane, so here's the permit, so that if customs checks it, they know what this is and what's going on. This is from the Geological Agency in Bandung, and so that's the documentation. But this is a sample from the volcano just outside Bandung, from Tangkuban Perahu. And I'm gonna open this up now, and this is from right next to a fumarole. So this has a lot of sulfur encrusting, and this is a somewhat special sample which we want to use for rock mechanics as well as for isotope work. So it's almost like unwrapping little presents. My daughters at home, they watch these programs where they unwrap presents and toy things, and so they get very excited. And it's a bit similar here for me. I guess I get very excited about rocks that are being unwrapped. So this is the sample name, and this is the sample itself. So here we are, and here's some of the sulfur. This is native sulfur, elemental sulfur, and this is coming from the fumaroles, from the gases. These are, of course, SO2 rich, and this then precipitates and forms crusts of real sulfur. This is the rock itself. The rock is pretty altered, and you see it's crumbling. It's not very fresh. So there has been a lot of acidic gases migrating through that rock, making it weak inside. And this was a regular igneous rock once upon the time. But due to this fumarole activity, or the sulfatara, a sulfur fumarole activity, this is where the rock got bleached. And of course, we have cracks and rims of sulfur that have formed. So here is the other side, and you see some of the primary textures, they're still there, but of course there's a lot of alteration here in the rock as well, and you can see the encrusting here that has come about from this exposure to these hot and acidic gases next to the fumarole at Tangkuban Perahu volcano here. So that's the sample here, and now we're gonna cut this up, and we're gonna drill this for rock mechanics, for the stability, but also for the isotopes and the mineralogy, to see how the mineralogy and the isotope geochemistry link to the stability. And the idea here is that we might actually be able, as we have postulated in a recent paper, we might be able to use certain geochemical parameters to actually make a prediction about the rock stability, which would be quite good, particularly if you can analyze things on very small samples, like from drill cores or so, and actually have an idea about the rock stability in the wider area down there in that kind of area. For that, we need to calibrate, and this is where this rock comes in, and we think it's going to be very useful. So thank you very much, and all the very best.